Rita, Justin, congratulations. You guys have made it to the final round of this competition. Now it's time to send you back to your home forges to recreate an iconic weapon from history. And that weapon is the Sodegarami.
Holy jeez. Oh my God.
Good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 4 days.
I've never made a Sodegarami in my life. First time I've ever heard of it was when they unveiled it. That's gonna be a learning experience for everybody. I'm gonna make Damascus. My goal today is just to get a few billets welded up. So we're gonna do a 15 and 20. We'll clean that first, and then we'll move on to our 1084 and clean that up. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I don't wanna do anything super elaborate. The next process is gonna be just welding these bad boys together and getting a billet together. Day one in the books, things went pretty well. We got a couple of billets welded up. Tomorrow we'll be making spikes and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Day 3. Yesterday, I was able to finish up my spikes. I got all of my tines started. Today, I am going to start with my entangler. Super awesome. For this Sodegarami, I'm gonna have the theme of the octopus. The octopus is an animal that entangles its prey, and I think that's a fitting theme for this weapon. So I want my entanglers to emote octopus tentacles. Nah. It's time for me to quench. Woohoo! My quench went well. The head of the Sodegarami looks pretty good. At the end of day 3, everything is built, and I can start putting this together tomorrow.
Day 3, we're gonna try to do some heat treat, make sure this thing's ready to put together and test. Cut the billet into 4 pieces. I'm gonna forge these out into the 4 spikes in the front of the Sodegarami. I'm hoping I'm gonna start shaping these and pulling little leaves off them to do some backwards barbs. Coming together. For the handle, I'm using a curly ambrosia maple. Feels pretty solid, feel like a Ninja Turtle. It's time to quench. Go ahead and harden just the blades, leave the rest soft so that when they smack it into whatever they're gonna smack it in, hopefully it won't break. Just quenched 5 blades. My back hurts, my legs hurt, but you got one more day, gotta knock it out.
Halfway through the last day, I plan to have this Sodegarami built. I'm feeling pretty good after getting to spend this time on the weapon. I'm excited to see that I could do it. And I'm excited for my daughter and my scouts to see too. Untitled Sodegarami. Done pretty much everything I wanted to do, but I have time to do one more thing. Stab. So I test my Sodegarami one more time, yoink, and I hear a little noise. Ah! Oh, I gotta fix this. I spent a lot of time on this weapon, and I've broken this thing. So I'm just gonna run back and put whatever kind of crappy weld I can get on it. If this doesn't work, I'm screwed.
Day 4, ready to get this thing assembled. Got about 1,000 different processes to get through today. Sharpening spikes, welding spikes, blade sharpening and shaping. Got about 1,000 tasks. Little Mongolian horsehair. That is a blood guard. Putting the head in, and it seems like it wanted to split on me. So we're gonna throw a little bit of epoxy and leather around this thing and call it what it is. If something goes wrong with my weapon, it's gonna be that I wasn't able to pin the head. Just didn't have the time to do it. Hopefully it stays together. Sodegarami build is done. She might not be pretty, but she will kill.
All right, bladesmiths, welcome to the kill test. To find out what kind of lethal damage your Sodegarami will do, I will take your weapons and stab and try to snag this ballistics dummy. Rita, you're up first. You ready for this?
Hi.
right, Rita, let's talk about your Sodegarami. The tines you have here penetrates. The hook you have here will rip this person apart. And more importantly, your weapon will kill. All right, Justin, your turn. You ready to have fun?
Yes, sir.
All right, Justin. The tines you have here, it's more of a stabbing tine rather than a grabbing. This is a grabbing weapon, but that hook does grab onto that. Overall, sir, your weapon will kill.
All right, bladesmiths, it's time for the strength test, the dreaded ice block chop. Remember, this is not about what these weapons do to the ice blocks, it's about what those ice blocks do to your weapons. And Rita, you're up first. You get points for theme, I mean. You ready? It doesn't matter, right?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
All right, Rita. Got a little bit more of a bend in this one tine here, but everything else is pretty much the way it was going in. Definitely held up, did its job. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Justin, your turn. You ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, so you survived the strength test. This is a very strong, well-built head for this, but it's built more like a spear than it is for catching. I mean, I'm not sure how effective it would be at snagging the opponent, but it's a devastator. It certainly did the job. Good job.
All right, bladesmiths, welcome to the Sharpness Test, the Sandman, pierce and capture. To test the sharpness, I will take your weapon, pierce, and try to control this Sandman. Rita, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, Rita, the points you have on your tines here definitely penetrate when you thrust into that, but it doesn't slice on the way out or capture as well as it should. Your hook over here did its job. Overall, it will cut and control. All right, Justin, your turn. So you ready?
Yes, I am. Oh. That's not good.
He pulled it out of the socket.
Well, Justin, we have a problem.
Yes, sir.
This wasn't pinned, was it?
No.
The impact from all these tests loosened it up. And of course, it came off.
Justin, you brought in a beautifully crafted weapon. However, you've suffered a catastrophic failure in our final test. And unfortunately, you cannot be our Forged and Fire champion.
Congratulations, Rita.
Thank you.
Awesome. Coming on Forged and Fire, I proved what I wanted to, that people with physical limitations can do as well as anybody. I put my all into it, and I feel like I made a good weapon, but just came up short on a little bit of the fit and finish, and other than that, I'm happy with it.
Rita, congratulations. You are the Forged and Fire champion, and that is the title that comes with a check for $10,000. Congratulations. How do you feel right now?
I'm
come on forward and shake our hands. Good job.
It's been a very positive and uplifting experience to be able to do something amazing like this. I hope this will help me become an inspiration to kids because I can say, look, if you see something and you want to try it, give it a try. Hey, Weeblos, your scout leader is the new Fortune Fire champion. I'm bringing it home. Can I have a group hug, please? Thank you, you guys. Oh, my God.